Alright, and what is going on, everybody? Quancredible here, and today I have this was a challenge video from Universe J. He's a newer anime YouTuber, like he's just now starting out, and he messaged me in one of my comments and said he had a cool video for Black Clover Grimoires that he wanted me to do as well. So of course Quancredible can almost never deny a challenge, so I definitely wanted to get involved in that. Check him out. He's pretty cool. Like I said, newer channel, so I always like to support people when they're just starting out. But this would be the 5 grimoires that I want to see in Black Clover. So at first the topic is a little weird just because it's like 5 grimoires that I want to see. So this could be like magic types or grimoires in general. So I'll just do a little bit of both. So first thing, as far as grimoires that I want to see, is I want to see more dual magic type grimoires like Mars or Charmy, but in this instance I'm more so talking about the artificial ones, like from the Diamond Kingdom. Like so far the only instance that we've seen of this would be Mars and Fauna, like since they have like half of each other's grimoire. And I mean, obviously this is like dope because you get 2 types of magic that could be either very helpful for you or very different from each other, so they could balance out. But I want to see more in detail, or not more in detail, but like more combinations. Because I mean, if you think about it, they have like fire and like mineral magic. Like you could even get crazier. Like you could get 2 types that like help each other. Like say you could get like fire and like a wind type magic to make your fire just naturally stronger. You could get like a water and an ice type magic to make it to where your ice will be able to like cover more of a wide range. Like I just want to see more crazy combinations, and I also want to see like what added benefits they have outside of that. Because a part of me feels like, again, this is just a speculation, I don't have any concrete evidence for this, but I kind of feel like dual type grimoires would be more rare, or one of the rarer types of grimoires, because I feel like the 2 people would have to be somewhat compatible as well as survive whatever experimentation or surgery they would have to go through. So that means that there has to be like some super added on benefit that Tabata hasn't given us yet for this one. Second would be a type of magical grimoire that I would like to see, or I guess just a type of magic, and that would be vector magic. Now, for those of you who aren't super familiar with vectors, I'm not gonna go into like this whole like detail and astrophysics lesson on what vectors are, but to keep it simple, the way that I like to think about it, at least in this sense, it would be the ability to manipulate or control the trajectory of something. Like for example, say like Magna throws a fireball. If you have vector magic, you could more than likely have a spell that would off-put it or try to kind of shift its direction to where it misses you, almost like a redirection type magic, if you will. I believe this magic would be very similar to how Narrows was viewed, especially how they overlook potentially broken things in Black Clover. But it has the potential to not be overpowered, but then again, if you want to make it overpowered, you could, such as being able to just make spells flat out miss, or even turn things completely back around on your opponent. And then vectors is always something that I thought was cool, or manipulating things trajectory. That's always like a personal favorite ability of mine. I don't know how many of you watched like Soul Eater. Medusa, she had the ability to control vectors to an extent, how she would like make things go a different direction and stuff like that. It's just like a really interesting ability that could be broken, but at the same time it could not be broken if you're weak. Moving on, the third type of grimoire that I would like to see, and this one isn't a type of magic but a grimoire again, what I would like to see more on the coverless grimoire. Like granted, we already have it, so like I guess like we already have seen it, but I really want to see more about it. Because if you remember, like in that moment in the manga, if you're a manga reader, or in the anime if you're an anime watcher, when Julius, like in the middle of him fighting Partry and like he points up to his grimoire, you just see like this book of endless pages going on in a circle. You're like, what? You're like, what even is this? But it wasn't always like that, because I know me myself, I assumed that it was always just this big endless like encyclopedia of pages going around. But then when Julius came back as a child, he only had a sheet, like he had 1 paper. So it means that like when you first receive a coverless grimoire, or at least my assumption would be that in the grimoire ceremony you probably only get a sheet of paper or 2 or 3 sheets of paper. So like just more explanation on that I think would be cool, because it's not like it has a clover on it, or it has a heart or a spade or a diamond or whatever. It's literally just it's coverless. So that makes me think that that type of grimoire just is obtained by anybody, maybe possibly somewhere else. Like, it makes me think that you don't get that through like normal means. So I guess to see more of that would be interesting. The fourth kind of magic or magic grimoire that I would like to see, this one might be a little bit basic to some people, but this is one, or it's like an ability I always kind of enjoyed to see in different like shows and series, would be weather magic. Now, I definitely think this would be like a Heart Kingdom thing if we were to see it, just because they're like supposedly super big into like natural mana and natural magic and all that. But weather magic would be so cool, like it would be so broken, just because like it would give that person so many abilities just wrapped up in one. Like you have like your water magic for rain, and like ice or snow magic for ice or snow. You have like wind magic for like tornadoes, and like wind and water for hurricanes, and like possibly you could even get lightning magic for lightning and thunder, and the fire for the sun. Like it could get so intense. Like you could do so much with weather magic in terms of like also like with the scale. You could also be like manipulating the battlefield with just how the weather is affecting it. It could like, I definitely think it should be saved for someone that's like really powerful. Like I wouldn't give this to like random squad member 3. Like obviously I feel like this should be like a vice captain level or captain level person, or even a villain could have this and I'd be okay with that. That would be pretty cool. I feel like weather magic is definitely a broken power that is usually done well when I see it in series. And then for my fifth one, I wanted to go even farther out there. Like I just wanted to push the envelope even more, and I want to see like summoning magic, or like a summoning magic grimoire. Now, like we already have creation magic where people can like basically create things out of whatever their magic is. I mean, obviously it doesn't work for everybody. Like I highly doubt Langris can create anything with spatial magic, but I'm not talking about necessarily creating things, but summoning things. Like we have already seen that Yami has like his magical beasts and things like that, and we've already seen that there are magical creatures comprised strictly of mana. If you remember back to the volcano, there was that big like lava golem thing. I want like a magic that would summon those kinds of things, like either something like Yami's beasts, or like an entity made strictly of mana, and that would do the fighting, not necessarily just creating it out of whatever they already have. So it would just be really interesting to see like a mage fight with the ability to summon multiple, like one or multiple types of magic based creatures to basically fight for them. I mean, the mages themselves wouldn't be that strong, but most of the mages themselves in Black Clover aren't that strong. So I feel like this works out pretty well. And then you can have like different types of creatures that could possibly give you different advantages over other people. Like say for example, you're fighting a plant-based mage and you can summon a lava golem. Definitely you would summon that and just take them out. You could even like ride on these things. Like there's so many different like possibilities that could protect you or help other people. Like you really become like a utility box with like summoning magic, depending on like how it could be portrayed. Now those were my 5 grimoires that I would want to see in Black Clover. Like I said, I did dabble in between types and actual magics, just because I wanted to kind of do a little bit of both. Definitely, anybody who's watching that, I definitely want you to put a type of grimoire you would want to see in the comments, whether that be like an actual type of grimoire or a type of magical grimoire that you want to see. I always like to see other people's ideas and opinions and theories and things that they come up with. So definitely let me know down below. And if any Black Clover YouTubers are watching, I want to see this video. I need to see what 5 grimoires y'all will want to see as well. It's always fun to get the community together to do stuff like this, so I want to see it. So like and sub if you enjoyed. Definitely check out Universe J's channel. I'll put a link to that down below. I'm Quancredible, and I will catch you guys in my next video.